an entire region caught in a moment of flux. 2 dictators toppled. A wave of mass uprisings and many lives altered. Strangers united by the slogan, "The people want the fall of the regime." Now they think of what future they want.
The people want honest leader, a regime who thinks of people, not of themselves.
Social justice, good future for their children, good future for themselves, and a decent standard of living.
The people want the freedom to express themselves without the fear of getting killed.
I always joke that we all are in need of shock therapy or trauma therapy because of what we've seen and what we've experienced the last 3 months. And seeing all these symbols who have been there throughout our childhood disappear one by one.
When your world is swept along by the forces of change, new possibilities push you to define who you are.
You've never elected anybody, you never had to think about which party does what and what do I want. Even if the opportunity presents itself now, you just don't know where to start.
تنجمش انت عربي تشوف واحد في سوريا قاعد يقتلوا فيه ما تحس شيء عايشين فرد أزمة.
This is a region in the middle of a transition to a potentially tremendous future.
Basically, each and every single man was out, and even the children.
In a metropolis of 17 million, dictatorial rule brought powerlessness and anonymity. But revolution is a group effort. And with a common goal, strangers unite and communities are born.
I'm living in this building since 2002, so it's something like 8-9 years, and I didn't know anyone in this area. The good thing is that during these days, we knew a lot of people, and we know we were thinking that we are doing something for our country. People in Tahrir, you'll be there, we will be here. You will do the revolution in Tahrir, and we will do our part in protecting your houses. Right? So, for example, he's our doorman, he's our security man here. Ibrahim is one of the security men here in the street, and we were sitting just together and بنتكلم إبراهيم على الأيام بتاعت اللجان الشعبية والحاجات دي وكده.
الأحداث يعني ماشي الأحداث يعني دي احنا يعني شفنا الحمد لله أيام صعبة يعني ساعة ربنا والحمد لله رب العالمين اللي جابها لحد كده يعني ساعة ربنا.
وبنتكلم على ان احنا كنا بنبقى الناس كلها كان مين بيبقى قاعد ابراهيم في البتاع؟
ما فيش مؤاخذه عندنا اي حد يعني كله ساكن كله زي الامير زي الوزير كله مع بعضيتنا زي الغفير كلنا يد واحد.
Well, Ibrahim was using this one, so this was used by Ibrahim. Because I'm a little bit more advanced, so I was using this one as well. All Egyptians were united behind a concept. And this is the beauty of the thing, is that you are not doing this because you are fond of someone or you are a believer of someone. No, it's because you believe in the concept itself. And the concept that this country deserves to be better than this.
As oppression lifts and people see each other anew, trust is built. And now many share in the desire to mend their fractured nations.
I was one of the people who used to think that Libyans were just aggressive people. And now that once Gaddafi was over in Benghazi, I understood that people were just frustrated and they were just expressing their negative feelings. Now all people are smiling to each other, and I mean, before it was a huge mess. If traffic rage was something really shooting to the roof, and you hear about crimes and everything. But now it's all positive, and people are all tolerant with each other now. And it appears that Gaddafi's regime broke us from the insides.
You can say, now we can talk freely. Our relationship with the people, the relationship with the people becomes more stronger. The people now they are helping each others. Now they are respecting each others more than before. Before, as you know, there is no confidence during Gaddafi regime. You can't talk freely with anyone because you are suspecting this man maybe belong to the what we call revolutionary committees. And these revolutionary committees, if one of them will talk with you, 100%, either you will be in the jail or you will be killed soon or later by the Gaddafi security forces.
Some are seeing barriers of class breaking down along with the barrier of fear.
We used to live, in a separated culture, or a separated society. Now we are all together. This revolution destroyed all the barriers between the social classes.
I speak to everybody on the street now, and there is something for us to talk about. Anybody, the taxi driver, the guy at the supermarket, the fruit guy, whatever, anybody, and the security guy downstairs, and there's just a sense of that, we're all in something together, and it just opened up this whole new world of people, which is very nice. Now, all of a sudden, it's our future is at stake, and we have something in common. So for me, that's been kind of a personal gain, I think.
It unified the people in a way that we've rarely seen in Amman. People always talk about a division between the more affluent West Amman and East Amman, and yet during these demonstrations there were very few barriers. We've seen people who are very liberal joining in with people from the Muslim Brotherhood, and it's quite positive what it has done to the society here, I think. This is my house here. Moved in here 4 or 5 years ago, but now that I'm getting married, I have to make some changes. I'll show you now in a second. There's a few things that my new wife or my fiance didn't like, and we've had to make some changes. As you can see, there's quite a few things she didn't like in the house. So. العافية كيف حالك؟ شو الأخبار؟ كيف أمورك؟
طب صورني يا عم.
صوروا.
صورني على أساس صور.
بدي أسألك شو رأيك باللي صار بمصر؟
لا ده احنا حنحبس أمه كمان أكتر من محبوس. ده كمال.
سمعتها هاي؟ دي سيجارة من عندك.
جو.
أنا بدي خليني يسلم ايديك.
تغير يا معلم؟
مين طيب البلد الثاني اللي على الدور رأيك؟
فين يعني؟
أي بلد يعني؟
واللي جاي دورها بعد مصر.
اللي جاي دورها بعد مصر؟
ليبيا. بس بعد ليبيا.
ليبيا لا ده ليبيا هو قال لهم أني استلمتكم 2 مليون هخليكم على 2 مليون. هو مش عنده ارتجاع.
Many now want to see the end of police states across the Arab world and a new era of free thought and expression.
When Mubarak left, this was like a big festival, and we didn't know what to do. We were just basically celebrating, and each and every one was carrying the Egyptian flag, and then we found ourselves in Tahrir, celebrating with people, and there was like someone like something like 5, 6, 7 million in the streets, as if we won the World Cup in football this day. For the first time, you see that Egyptians thinking of PCs as a very important appliance in their homes, same like the fridge and the television.
The philosophy in the national TV hasn't changed. They are the same, but it's not the only source of information.
تحية طيبة وأهلا بكم في هذا الموجز الإخباري. بلاغ صادر لوزارة الداخلية تؤكد فيه التزامها باحترام القانون ونزاهة أعوان قوات.
أنا من الأول ما عمري ما تصورت اللي احنا قاعدين نساهموا في ثورة تونسية. أنا راني عملته مش حاجة كبيرة، كان عندي وسائل بين يديا أنه كي يشوف فيديو مثلا نتاع توانسة قاعدين يموتوا نقول راهو فما توانسة قاعدين يموتوا، وكي البوليس يوقف سليم عمامي وعزيز عمامي وفي عمامي في الشارع من غير هكاك ما يعلم نقول راهو سليم وعزيز اختفى ورانا ياسر متحيرين عليهم. بور موا سي با حاجة عظيمة جدا، معناها سي لو مينيموم، أقل أبسط ما ينجم مواطن تونسي يعملوا. تضحك وتبكي وتخاف وتفرح، تو سي سونتيمون تحسهم في نفس الوقت، خاطر وقتها احنا قاعدين في ديارنا ومفجوعين خاطر البلاد قاعدين فما ناس تكسر، وفرحانين بن عليه رب وما نعرفوش شنو باش يصير بن عليه، خاطر كي مشى بن عليه ما عندناش حد. اما فرحت قلت تفرهدت قلت سي بون نورمالمون ما عادش باش يوقفني بوليسي خاطرني قلت كلام ما عجبهمش وسي بون، معناها اي البارانويا اللي كنت عايشتها نقصت شويه.
While toppling the old order was a victory for some, others still struggle to imagine life beyond the old regime.
I had a class, I was speaking to my students, and they were saying the same thing. We want the same thing to happen here in Libya, but all of us weren't brave enough. All of us were scared to announce it in public, so we were hoping, praying for the events to happen, but we were very scared of the reaction, and actually the reaction was a lot worse than our fears. Writing this article, this video is a gratitude for Sarkozy for his firm stand against Gaddafi's regime. I'm an ESL teacher, and I'm also an amateur bodybuilder. That was before the revolution. He was the first man to step up to prevent him from killing all civilians in Libya, and I wrote civilians with a C instead of a V, so I'm going to take care of that. All of us are volunteers here from Benghazi. The idea is we go and film as much videos as we can, basically interviews, and we send them to get a clear message about what's happening here in Libya. Usually we don't speak with the officials of the revolution, nor do we speak with officials from the Libyan government. We usually speak with normal people to send the actual message about what's really happening in the street. Thankfully, here in Benghazi, we don't see a lot of the action. We're not at the actual front line anymore. Yeah. But the images of the bodies that come every single day and the fear of Gaddafi's people. So the pressure is really shooting to the roof. I mean, most of the people now are, you can't really see an honest smile on their faces because we're a peaceful people, and all of a sudden we found ourselves in the war zone.
I don't like to see like my mom going crazy and like being like sad all the time. If we win, it's gonna be great because I think that everyone's gonna like change, because before like Gaddafi was compressing everyone, like he can't say nothing, he can't do nothing unless it's okay with the government. So after this you can do anything, you can be
yourself.
Yeah, you can be yourself, you can be like anything you want.
I'm wondering like,
so it's gonna be great, whatever it is, it's gonna be great.
In times of crisis, many turn to an ally. Sometimes that's a good friend, but sometimes your only savior is a former enemy.
Maybe this is a air force of NATO air force, maybe over ours.
Every one of us as a doctor has a mixed feeling, the feeling of humanitarian, of the human being, the feeling of us as a human, as a part of a humanity, and the feeling of a doctor, of course. We are trying to make a balance, to do our best to save the life of the civilian and non-civilian peoples who are coming to us.
On Saturday,
yes.
We received about 18 injured and 13 killed.
Yes.
Most of them were civilian. One was from Sudan. He was, selling.
A grocery, you can say. Yes. A grocery, yes. Grocery, yes.
Yeah. And one man who was about 70 years old. He's an old man, and he was shot completely. They're shooting everything, every moving thing, whether this people or animals or wind. Even if you hear any sound, they shoot toward that sound.
Yes.
That's what happened with this man. Yes. He is old man. He went to the mosque or something. I'm going to see something, and they are shooting him.
In the night, as you know, they are shooting the sound. Yes, they are concentrating. Any sound they hear, they will shoot. They will shoot it. So they will rain any sound with the machine guns.
We are not moving from Jdabia. Yes. You know, some people advise us to evacuate furthermore toward Benghazi. But I think we have to stay here.
So the most stressful time is the time where the fighting and the clashings is taking place either inside the cities and sometimes in front of the hospital and inside even the big wall which surrounds the hospital. These are the most stressful time which we have passed through. As you know, our fighters, some of them, they are defending the area of the hospital. Yes, some of local fighter, of course, they are defending because they know once the Gaddafi soldier, if they enter the hospital, they kill all of us. Sure, 100%. They will not differentiate between doctors and the others, and they will kill all. The people in Jdabia has named this district and this quarter as Sarkozy quarter for the President Sarkozy and his supporting to the civil people in Libya. You will see many quarters named carrying the same name of Sarkozy and carrying the same name also of David Cameron. Yes.
The intervention of the West in Libya is dividing Arab opinion and threatens to shatter the newfound unity. For many expect Western help will come with a high price.
I'm against the Western intervention in Libya. I don't think this is the right decision. Let people do their revolution. Let people choose their destiny.
أما بعديك باللي قاعد يصير في البحرين وفي ليبيا وفي سوريا خلى علاقة العرب يعني النظرة متاع العرب للغرب زادت هي كانت سيئة وزادت ولات سيئة أكثر خاطر هي كسياسة كما نقولوا دو بوا دو مزور معناها تشوف كيفاش في ليبيا مشاو خاطر هي الكونكلوزيون ليبيا عندهم بترول كيفاش في البحرين ما عملوا شيء معناها مش قاعدين يتصرفوا بنفس الطريقة مع الناس دونك هذا أكد أنه الغرب يعني يمشي بمصلحته.
الناس بتقول لك بس معناته لو حرروها الثوار رح يجوا يقولوا لهم الناتو هي عقود النفط تاعتكم وهي الشروط اللي احنا جايين نساعدكم فيها وهيك. خليها يا عمي، خليها تصير هيك. يعني هذا شعب ثوري ونازل بحارب يعني مش مزح. خلينا نشوف شو بده يصير بعدين يعني خلينا مبدئيا نخلص من هذا الطاغية اللي عندهم. بعدين نشوف شو بيصير يعني ما هي هاي المنطقة أصلاً خربانة يعني إحنا مش بموقع نقول ما تسويش هيك بلاش يصير، إحنا اللي بده يصير صار عندنا. فإنه خلينا نروح للمرحلة اللي بعدها. هيك رأيي يعني.
It was for a good cause. I don't know. It was trying to save the lives of the people who were dying just because they have a crazy person who's in control of an army. The thing is, they're not harsh enough to stop him. That's the problem.
A part of me thinks that these people need to be helped. even if it's by sort of outside military interventions.
These are my friends, which are...
Yeah, with the chimneys.
We're the chimneys. We have, because I smoke a lot.
He smokes
That's,
a lot, you know,
yeah,
all
he's
the
a chimney,
time.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
these are my people. We hang together, and we release the pressure sometimes because all of
Yeah.
us work a lot, and it's sometimes
Yeah, like
nice.
sometimes we rhyme like to
especially
get
in the afternoon.
Yeah.
You release the
just
pressure.
for fun, you
We
know.
don't see each other a lot.
And we have this rhyming game. Should we start it?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna start
chimneys.
with something simple, like talking about what I've been through.
Yeah.
Guns fire non-stop, on and on for hours.
My mother
I feel
got-
my brain is gonna pop. My mom's gone crazy. Little sister's crying. She is just a baby.
Gaddafi's down. We're bringing him down. We're gonna kick his
Yeah.
behind all over town. Well, God forbid that Gaddafi comes back and the NATO and all the leading countries leave us. That would mean
that's
that
what we're afraid
Libyans
from.
will all be extinguished. I mean, we're not just fighting for freedom. We're also
our
fighting for our survival and our lives.
الدخل الأجنبي بشكل عام دائما فكرته غلط، بس بنفس الوقت إذا بدك تاخدها يعني عسكريا بحالات الحرب بتكون أمور خربانة، أنت قاعد بتحارب وأجى واحد بده يساعدك ويعطيك سلاح، هل بتاخده أو ما بتاخده؟ هو هون السؤال. ما أنت عم بتموت، يعني أنا عم بموت وأجى الشيطان أعطاني عصاية، قال لي واحد عم بضربني واجى الشيطان اوكي او عفريت وقال لي يا عمي خد دافع عن حالك، بدي اقول له لا.
When the fight for freedom becomes muddied with outside agendas, fear of the future returns.
The thing that scares me most about the future, well, war. That scares me most about the future because, you know, maybe internally here we are trying to struggle with our differences and so on, but in the whole region, there are also some very scary unknowns.
I think the thing that scares me most about the future is that the reform movements will fail, and that my kids will grow up in a world that's not better than the one we're living in.
هي التطرف. التطرف مش تطرف ديني فقط، تطرف حتى في الأفكار.
The thing that scares me most about the future is moving slowly. Because when things move slowly, people lose hope.